So, you just finished your Class 10 exams, and you're probably wondering, what's next? Well, this explainer is for you. We're going to dive into a pretty incredible opportunity, getting into Class 11 out of Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, a JNV, using your board results. Okay, let's jump right in.
I want you to just think about this for a second. What if all that hard work, all those late nights studying for your boards, what if that was the one key that could get you into a fantastic residential school without you or your family having to worry about the cost? Well, that's not just a what if. That is the actual promise of the JNV system we're talking about today.
So, what's the deal with these schools anyway? And what makes this particular opportunity for Class 11 so special? Let's break it down.
You know, the mission behind JNVs is really something else. They're a whole network of schools all over India, and they have one big goal: to give a good quality modern education to talented kids, especially those from rural areas. And they're co-ed and fully residential, which means you're living and learning in this really immersive environment.
And here's the best part. This isn't some far-off thing. It's happening right now. Applications for the 2025-26 school year are open, and you don't have to sit for another stressful entrance exam. Nope, it's all based on how you did in the Class 10 boards you just finished.
All right, you might want to pay close attention here. This is the most important part. Let's run through a quick checklist to see if this is the right fit for you. First things first, your date of birth. You need to have been born on or after June 1st, 2008, and on or before July 31st, 2010. And just to be super clear, both of those dates are included. So if your birthday is on either of those days, you're golden.
Okay, academically, here's the first number you need to know. You have to have scored at least 60% overall in your Class 10 exams. That's kind of like the minimum ticket you need to even get in the door.
Now, there are a few other really important rules. You've got to have passed Class 10 in this last academic year, the 2024-25 session. And this next one is a huge one, so listen up. Your old school, the one where you took your Class 10 exams, has to be in the exact same district as the JNV you're applying to. And of course, your school needs to be officially recognized by CBSE or a state board.
Now, if you've got your eye on a specific stream, there's another layer to this. If you want the science stream, you need at least 60% in science. And if you want any stream that has maths in it, yep, you guessed it, you need at least 60% in mathematics. And remember, that's separate from the overall 60% we just talked about.
Okay, so you've ticked all the boxes, you're eligible, that's awesome. But how do they actually pick who gets a spot? Well, it's definitely not a lottery. It's all based on a very clear merit-based system. So here's how it works. First, they create a merit list for each district, and it's ranked simply by your Class 10 marks. The higher your marks, the higher you are on the list. Now, there is a preference system. The first priority goes to students coming from CBSE schools. If there are still seats left after that, then they'll consider students from other state boards, again, in order of merit. Your final selection really just comes down to how many open spots they have in the stream you applied for.
All right, enough of the rules and regulations. Let's get down to business. How do you actually get your name in the hat? Here's your game plan.
Honestly, the process itself is surprisingly straightforward. Step 1. Get the form. You can just download it from navodaya.gov.in or even pick one up from your local JNV. Step 2. Fill it out. Take your time, get all the details right. And Step 3. Submit it. You can email it or just hand it in personally. That's it. Simple as that.
When you get the form, you'll see a table that looks just like this for your marks. You'll need to fill in your scores for each subject. Oh, and a quick heads up here. If your school board gave you grades, like a CGPA, you have to convert that into a percentage before you fill this part out. The instructions are usually in the notification.
You'll also get to choose which streams you're interested in. The options are science, either with or without maths, humanities, commerce, or the vocational stream. And you can pick up to 2 choices, which is great. It basically lets you have a plan A and a solid plan B. Okay, this is the big one. Circle this date on a calendar, set 5 alarms on your phone, whatever you need to do. The absolute final day to get your application in is August 10th, 2025. You really don't want to miss this deadline.
So we've gone through a lot of details. Let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. What's the main thing to remember here?
It all comes back to this one powerful sentence from the official notification.
The entire point is to provide good quality modern education to the talented children predominantly from the rural areas. At its heart, this is all about giving talented kids a shot no matter where they come from. It's about access, it's about opportunity.
Look, your Class 10 exams are over. That chapter is written. The real question is, what's the next one going to be about? Could a Javahar Navodia Vidyalaya be that next chapter for you? Well, there's only one way to find out, and it starts by filling out that application form.